Welcome to the Call Your Cousins podcast, a podcast dedicated to exploring deep and complex topics that shape our world and human experiences. Before we dive into today's episode, we want to acknowledge the sensitive nature of some of the content we discuss. Please be advised that this podcast may include themes and discussions that could be triggering or uncomfortable for some listeners, including but not limited to discussions on mental health, violence, abuse, and other potentially distressing topics. Listener discretion is advised. Remember, this podcast is for informational and educational, but most importantly, entertainment purposes only, and should not be taken as professional advice. The views expressed by hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Call Your Cousins podcast. Enjoy the show. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Whatever time you're joining us, the cousins thank you for doing so. Welcome back to the Call Your Cousins podcast, a now tangible group chat of cousins that wanted to share our thoughts, humor, and growth with the world. And everyone's invited. Most of y'all.
Good time, anytime you need them. What is it? Paycheck? I forgot the words.
Welcome back to the Call Your Cousins podcast. A little bit short here today. Who we got in the building today? Who on the mic? We got Twin.
What's up?
We got P Money.
What's up, y'all?
Oh, what's up?
And of course, we got A Dub. Missing research team today, but you know, everything is all good. Just taking a little hiatus, a little break. You know, y'all heard last episode, you know, she moving across the country and whatnot.
Yeah, she
Good
said
morning, fam. Oh,
Yeah.
Go ahead, P.
Nah, she said she's gonna see y'all in 2025.
Hey,
Hey.
2025, barely alive. Good morning,
Good
fam. What's good with y'all?
morning.
No, not no barely alive, fully alive.
I was gonna say,
Oh, yeah.
we-
Nah,
we-
that slipped.
we're ascending to higher vibrations in 2025. Okay. Today, as we're recording, it's the last full moon. We're really tapped in, y'all. We tapped in.
Y'all should have heard our pre-pro. It was real ghetto. Just like 2024. 2024 was real ghetto.
All I want is a Cat Williams special on. I need that repeat. I need Shay. I hope you and Cat getting together again, because the way Cat was on the whole point, he set the tone, and I want them to run it back. I want them to run it back.
I get the sentiment, but I don't know. Now that I think about it, he might have fucked up our whole year.
Hey, man. I am here for the end of year special because I was skeptical at the beginning of the year. I need to run back that episode because I know I was like, oh, Cat, he on some other shit. No. Everything came to fruition. Everything.
He gave us the sermon that we always been looking for. You know, when they used to drag us in church for the New Year's, to be at church New Year's evening.
Oh my God. I used to hate that.
I ain't understand why.
I got PTSD from being in church on New Year's.
Talk about we need to come in with the Lord. Why? He was there yesterday. It's like the way they said it set up is like Jesus was like we ain't see him last week at Christmas. So you telling me that we need to celebrate Jesus' birth, then we need to celebrate Jesus. We need to go in the new year with Jesus, but we was just with him last year. Did we lose him?
You're supposed to be with him every day. Christians, you know, but that's for the Easter. That's the Easter crowd. They be showing up on New Year's too. The folks that go twice a year.
Because wasn't it one year maybe like a year or two ago, they was in there playing trap music, and we was all like, that was in Atlanta, wasn't it? And we was all confused. Like,
you know, Atlanta gonna be on some foolish stuff on New Year's at church.
but why? It would.
You know.
I'd rather be in Magic City with the Lord.
Wow. They was playing trap music in church.
Yes.
Yes. I'm pretty sure we talked about it either in one of our chats or on the pod. But yeah.
Ghetto.
Was that church on the south side or the east side? I know it had to be one of them.
It
I
was
feel
in
like it was the
Atlanta.
East Side.
Yeah, you know, I don't know the sides like that.
Sound about right.
Yeah, it's, you know how we
Yeah,
know.
that was over there from where Gucci from over that side over there.
Yeah, because I put them about the same. East side, north side, south side.
They not equal now. Now
I ain't
let's not
saying
do that.
They definitely different.
Let's not do that.
They definitely different.
I ain't say they was equal, but I'm saying
Let's
the
not do that
side.
now.
I'm saying it's like, you know, being from the crib, every side got their own side. Like Prime, got a. I told y'all this a couple episodes ago. Prime got a Lamborghini dealership, bruh. Prime.
I heard about that. It's over there where the by where the Volkswagen and BMW dealership was, right?
No, it's one. No, it's you know what
It's on
church,
US1, right?
yeah, it's on US1, but you know where that churches used to be at?
Nah, by Henry's Dry Cleaners.
No, that's on Homestead. You got to go on US1. You know, like where church is at? Church's Chicken. You don't remember where
Yeah,
churches
which
was at?
churches? Okay, it was the churches in Goose across the maze.
But
It
you
was
too
churches
far.
by-
You too south. You too
It was
south.
the churches by Henry's Dry Cleaner on US1.
Yeah, so that one. One light over is a whole brand new Lamborghini dealership.
I heard about that's crazy, bro.
Now I ain't been to Perrine in some years, so has it been recently gentrified that I haven't heard about?
Girl,
Everything's gone. Everything's
Everything
gone.
For real?
Basically, from Homestead to everywhere is gone.
Yep.
For real?
Yeah, one day if we feeling up to it when you down here, we'll slide down there, girl. You'll laugh. It's crazy. So I say that to say Atlanta, I know going through their own gentrification stage because they're gonna gentrify like in 20 years when they finish that belt line, it's gonna be the same way.
It's already getting there. I went to this they built this new food hall type place with a bar and live band in Sandy Springs. It used to be an abandoned building, and now it wasn't nothing but lily whites in there. Meanwhile, on the east side, we got abandoned buildings that's been up there for 20 years. They ain't turned that into a food hall. But see, they trying to push us out.
They coming.
They trying to wait till we gone.
These type of conversations, they just make me sad. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Me too.
Yeah. So that's
like
why
seeing it happen.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said, you know, for me, Atlanta always, you know, I have a love-hate relationship with Atlanta, but every side I always have respect for, just because I just love Atlanta, you know, like just as what Atlanta represents. So for those Atlanta patrons, I ain't never gonna say one side equal to the other side, but I always have mad respect for every side in Atlanta. Yeah.
I just want to say,
side.
can we just Atlanta natives? Let's just be honest. The North Side is not a thing. I don't know who added that in there. It's the Migos' fault.
Migos.
The North Side is not a thing. That is nothing. Okay.
Every time I be up on North Side too, I just giggle.
The North Side is Gwinnett. Okay.
It's
Gwinnett,
County.
Johns Creek up there. Bruh, stop.
That's not a thing.
Not a thing.
Every time I used to be on the North Side, because they do it because of North Side Drive.
No, the North Side Drive is not even the North Side.
I know, but I'm saying I felt like that's what kind of
North Side Drive is downtown. The North Side they talking about is about 20 miles outside of Atlanta.
No, but North Side Drive, I think, go that far
It
up.
do go far up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. North Side Drive take you right into the city because I used to live over there. That's what I'm saying. So I know that's where it really came from. So I used to laugh every time I took Northside Drive. Like, if you want to take, I think you can take Northside Drive all the way up to
I don't think you can. I'm pretty sure you don't.
Hey man, we ain't even got research team in the building today, but I'm gonna look this up. I'm pretty sure I done took Northside Drive up through.
Northside Drive ain't like 95. If it's a north side up there on the north side, then
I think it take you
it's
over
a different north side.
No, I think it take you through over there by the mills. What's that side?
The point is
North
that
side.
the north side should not even be included in conversations about the hoods of Atlanta.
Yeah, man. I know what I'm talking about. Dog, gonna tell me, because I used to be over there. It's 41. Moorside Drive.
It run pretty far. It run pretty far north.
Yeah, because it goes up there by Paces Ferry, where I used to live over there. Yeah, because they call that side West Paces Ferry. They call that north side.
Yeah, Paces Ferry in Sandy Springs, though. That's Sandy Springs area.
That's where I used to live.
No, but what I'm talking about is that ain't in Alpharetta, Gwinnett. That's what I'm talking about.
No, I'm saying is Northside Drive. That Northside Drive goes into Atlanta.
It starts from Castleberry Hill downtown.
Yo.
And it goes up to Chattahoochee River and Sandy Springs, which is north. That's part of the north side. The north side to me is like Dunwoody, Sandy Springs, Gwinnett, anything north of the city. Okay. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I mean, Dunwoody northeast, Sandy Springs northwest. So I got it in quadrants. So maybe we just thinking differently.
Nah, that whole side is the north. That's what I'm saying is that's why Twin saying ain't no north side, because in reality that split, like Sandy is in Fulton, then you got Cobb. There's two different counties, but I'm telling you, they really think all that up past there is north side. That's what they think.
You live past the split with 75, 85 north split, you don't count.
Yeah.
That don't count.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, I used to just giggle. People, oh yeah, I live on the north side of Atlanta. I'm like,
I blame the Migos. Migos, stop it. Why?
Yeah, they was wrong from jump.
You see what kind of voice I had to use? Like, yeah, I live on the north side of Atlanta.
Stop it. Like, that's exactly how they sound.
I'd be like, oh, where? Oh, over in Roswell. And
they was creative with it. Like, I ain't never heard of a bando before they said it. Then moving to Atlanta, I'm like, damn, y'all got bandos up there in Gwinnett? Were you talking about?
They do not.
I don't. Really? For real? Y'all was kicking in those up there?
Right.
Oh, man.
And you didn't get in Gwinnett County?
Right. Right.
Cobb County?
Cobb. No. Every time I went over to Cobb, I tried to get my butt back into Fulton. Get out.
They call Cobb County Cop County.
It is.
It is crazy.
But I feel like black folk, well, I can't say exaggerating, but I used to live in Cobb County. It wasn't as bad as people make it out to be, but I will say that it used to be worse. I feel like it's diversified a little bit because I actually be seeing black people out there now, but they still don't want the MARTA and stuff out. They still don't want you Negroes out there. So it ain't changed that much. But I ain't never get pulled over. So I'm counting that as a win.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think I ever got pulled over in Atlanta. I done got pulled over outside of Atlanta, Georgia.
But this is the part. But see, niggas, you be doing nigga shit in Cobb County and be getting pulled over. You can do that shit in DeKalb County. You can't do that in Cobb County.
No,
I feel like that's why they call it Cop County. Yeah, you can ride down DeKalb smoking a J and they ain't gonna pull you over or they gonna let you go. They taking your ass to county jail in Cobb County, Gwinnett. Y'all wasn't sneaking in nobody's house in Gwinnett County.
Maybe they was.
Hey man, this was a tangent, but shit, we all love Atlanta, even though P Money got a love-hate relationship with Atlanta. But I know Jamie Foxx love Atlanta because they saved his life.
They sure did.
Piedmont Hospital. You heard that? He told you about 40 times.
That's where he was at. Piedmont, yep.
I
ain't see the special yet, so but I seen clips, and I think I'm pretty sure we talked about this on the pod when we sent our prayers to him. Like, Lord, let me tell you something. He is a national treasure, and
facts.
Me and
my old lady watched it. Yep, national treasure. That's him.
Oh, how was it? I meant to watch it last night and then I fell asleep. It was good, Doug.
I mean, I'm sure it's good. Yeah, I'm sure.
He gave us all of his talents. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah.
It's not, I wouldn't call it a comedy special. They have it labeled on Netflix as a stand-up. I wouldn't call it a stand-up special. He did do some jokes. He was funny. There were a couple moments he was funny, but the actual comedy part, it wasn't like he was trying to be super comedic, because when's the last time we seen a Jamie Foxx comedy special? It's got to be 30 years. As an adult, I've never seen a Jamie Foxx comedy special. I don't know about y'all.
I felt like, because he sings, right? So I feel like he, as an artist, knows how to kick it with a room. And based on just the clips that I've seen, it's just, I felt like what he really was doing was giving us a telltale on what, on just like where he at right now. You know what I mean? Like, because comedians, a lot of people don't really understand this. And we said this before, leave comedians alone. Like, that it's a real art to it, for real. Like, to be funny and to make people laugh, it's actually an entire art to the profession itself. And because he was given such like a TED talk, I feel like, on like his life, where he is, because he got a grown daughter, and that whole situation obviously was partly traumatic too, right? And we really didn't get the details until probably a couple months ago, but like we really didn't know what happened. And I really felt like that's a brilliant way to kind of work through, because remember, he himself went through it. So I felt like, from what I saw just in the clips, that he was giving us a way to kind of process it with the world. You know what I mean? Right. Because like, I even love that I loved his outfit. He paid homage to Richard Pryor and Chris Rock and Eddie Murphy with the leather, like that's a signature look for a comedy special. Even the Dave Chappelle. So I really, I can't wait to watch it. But yeah, I'm glad that was a way for him. I'm glad that one thing Netflix do good is they really allow for Black comedians to have a place. Although I know they had issues with Monique at one point, but what Netflix don't do good is, I know one thing, Netflix, if y'all mess up this Beyonce concert on Christmas, we gonna have it's gonna be a misunderstanding.
It's gonna buffer.
It's gonna be a misunderstanding. It's gonna be a misunderstanding.
They need to stay in their lane. Live streaming is obviously not.
Listen, let me tell you something.
That's not what you need to be doing.
What you better make sure is Netflix. I'm telling you, okay. It's just a whole.
Prepare yourself for it to be trash.
Just don't. I hope they in the back putting them wires together, because I'm telling you,
they're not.
If y'all mess up our Christmas show, it's gonna be some smoke in the city. Because go ahead, Doug.
No, I was just gonna say, when you said putting them wires together, I just imagined a bunch of little nerdy white dudes in the back just connecting wires.
Listen, They better be running simulations, tests. I'm telling you, like, I don't know why they think, they need to be, live streaming. I know they trying to figure out a way to make more money, because they've been kicking people off. Every time I gotta log in, I gotta tap my cousin to get in the Netflix. Like, that's so petty. God, leave. Like, grow up, Netflix.
And stuff like that. I'm gonna become nerdy for a second. As somebody who has worked in technology consulting for 10 years, when stuff like that happens with like companies like that, I always be like, now, who the fuck did y'all bring in to help y'all launch this new endeavor? Because we be preparing for a year plus for projects like this, at least 6 months. So how did the time come for launch and y'all not ready? How Netflix?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think it was just they hadn't seen those type of numbers at one particular moment before, so you can't prepare for that because you never seen it before. So I think the little fight they had with Mike and Jake Paul was a kind of like a test run. Like, oh, this is what we need to do to prepare to do this. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, bruh.
I was gonna say, I know, because
no
you're
grace.
supposed to simulate a bunch of different scenarios so that you're prepared. And Mike Tyson, come on, y'all should have at least known people was gonna tune in for that. I could see if it was like some people, some lesser known people, y'all should have been prepared for that scenario.
Right. The lessons learned, this is one thing that, our white counterparts love to talk about in these meetings. A lesson learned is, over the years, y'all remember when they used to drop them episodes on Game of Thrones, like the big ones, and they used to be messed up and they would crash out. HBO used to crash out. So y'all little streaming cable little networks, they used to crash out and people would lose their minds. So I'm telling you, Netflix.
Okay, but you said it right there, P Money. Netflix is not a cable company. They're a casual streaming company.
No,
they're not used to having people watching the same one thing at one time. So those servers, they're all trying to pull the data from one particular file on the drive at the same time. It don't work like that.
And that's exactly why you bring in knowledge and a consulting company or someone who has done projects like that before, who has been involved in stuff like that before, so that they help. You don't just willy-nilly be like, oh, we never did this before, let's just try it out. No, you have to bring in people who have done that before, and they can guide you.
As big as Netflix is, I can't imagine that they didn't bring those people in.
No, man.
They may have just not have had that. They might have had those people. They may have not had the infrastructure or the hardware to do that.
That's what but see, this is what I'm saying. Let me walk you through it, bruh. HBO was not is a cable company, but remember, HBO during the Game of Thrones series, I know this because I was there the whole time, became a streaming company. You remember that transition when they started offering their little monthly, streaming services? So they was one of the first HBO ones. Remember, yep. But no, before HBO Max, they was the first ones that really started streaming, went from cable to streaming, right? Now you got Paramount, now you got CBS, you got every other streaming cable that has streaming capabilities. What I'm saying is, in that time, lessons learned. Those were years of those Game of Thrones episodes. Remember, one time one got leaked. Then one time, like I said, a couple times it used to crash out. Like the actual app would crash out. And they got lessons learned over the years where, like, I'm pretty sure now they really don't have any issues with it. What Twin is saying is that
I'm glad we brought up Max, because I'm gonna go off on a tangent a bit. The app still trash Max. Like, come on, bro. How long ago was that? Y'all switched to streaming a long time ago. You keep changing the name or whatever, and the app remains to be trash, and it keeps getting worse. So have we really learned HBO? Okay, let's go back to Netflix.
So that's what I'm.
That's why I bootleg.
But this is what I'm saying is, if what Twin's point is, you're building things or trying to do things with no infrastructure. And one thing that me and Twin know best as being in corporate for over 10 years is they make it up as they go. They really do. They just be like, oh yeah, we can do it. And they can't.
I'm glad we brought this up though, because this is exactly.
I think that's my point though. Yeah.
We saying the same thing.
Yeah, we saying the same thing, but I'm saying is don't you Netflix listen, y'all.
Bringing it back to Beyonce.
Bruh, I'm telling you. if you ain't never seen, you might see a worldwide cancellation of Netflix policies in the world. I'm telling you, y'all don't play with us. Do not play with us. We will boycott y'all, okay? I ain't even got an account, but I tell my cousin to cancel. I tell him to cut it off. Cut it off. Cut it off.
That's crazy.
I don't understand. It's just so many platforms out here that do both streaming and downloadable content. So for them to not have the infrastructure is kind of wild to me in this day and age. Because we just
it's not wild because Netflix doesn't do live streaming.
But I'm saying
they do backlog. They do stuff that's already there. They don't do live.
Right.
But if you're getting into live,
hello, let's talk about it.
There is enough examples today for you to know what you need to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Like don't
you know that you're only doing backlog and downloadable content and stuff. You should say, hey, what do we need?
Look, it's like when you go buy a car, you got to take a test drive first. The fight was they test drive for live. You know what I'm saying? They don't do live. It was a test drive. It worked for a few seconds and then it froze. Then it worked for a few seconds, then it froze.
Nah, my wheel kept going. I ain't seen nothing. If
you went to a car dealership and the shit, you hit the gas and it drove you for 5 seconds and stopped, would you go back to that same dealership and try another car?
No.
Yes, because the dealership, the cars come from the same factory. So if you got it in the base model and you wasn't fucking with it on your test drive, you'd be like, oh shit, let me go try the premium. So that's when they go fix their servers and go fix whatever they gotta fix and get it right the next time. Which
not fucking with the test
drive. Now hold on. December 25th. That's gonna be test drive number 2. They go take it around the block again. So now if they fuck up that time, then I can say, all right, so they just ain't figured it out. They just over there bullshitting because they know people gonna come anyway.
Okay, so perfect example. Are you test driving? Did anybody get to test drive a Cybertruck?
I did not, and I think they're ugly.
No,
I'm
saying, did anybody I don't think they test drove. I don't think nobody test drove the Cybertrucks. I think you had to pre-order them. Like when Lamborghini made the truck, the first year they made a truck, you couldn't test drive those trucks. They just made them. Right? We can agree that that's probably what happened.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, Dub. You don't test drive B. Okay? You don't test drive a Lamborghini truck.
Well, B about to be a crash dummy because they about to test drive the hell out of that.
Hopefully they got it together.
Speaking of Cybertrucks, what's Elon Musk's new? What is that? What am I reading right there?
The
non 400 silly billies. 400 billies.
The non-US citizen. That guy.
Yeah, the man from South Africa.
Is he from South Africa?
He is from South Africa. He's from where apartheid lives and breathes, where racism still exists today.
Now, how did we come up with this 400 billion valuation?
It happened overnight after the election. Yeah, he got it back. He ran it back. Which, you know what? At the end of the day, truth be told, from a historical standpoint, that's nothing new. You know, the Rockefellers did it. All all big business did it. Shout out to HBO again. The Gilded Age does a really good job of showing how.
Oh my gosh, cuz I didn't even know you watched that show. That's my shit.
Bruh, come on, man. Bruh, come
Bruh,
on.
Twin, the Gilded Age, bruh. You gotta watch that. It's another show like that too, as well.
Let me add that to my list.
Listen, man, it's and so it's really no different. Boardwalk Empire, another show that showed how much big business influenced American elections. So I'm not surprised. To be honest, I think we talked about this on the pod a couple episodes ago. I really thought, though, naively, that big business weren't going to have an invisible seat at the table. But it looks to be that they are going to openly just do what they're going to do and make no moves. And I'm here for it, honestly. I really am. Like, I know a lot of people since the election, may still be in mourning and loss. But at the end of the day, the one thing that I knew growing up as a Black child in a Black household with a Black grandmama was, don't be loud and wrong now. Don't be loud and wrong. All y'all over there, y'all gonna make America great. Okay.
Right.
Don't be loud and wrong.
If you're gonna be loud, be right. If you're gonna be wrong,
don't be loud and wrong. That's a Black wise tale. Don't be loud and wrong. Okay.
I'm really not surprised at this this net worth valuation, because I've never really seen anyone from corporate America or these huge companies tie themselves to a presidential candidate that tightly. You get what I'm saying? Like
you would too.
He had an end game.
You would too,
behind
bro.
backing. Yeah, he because he knew what would come of it if Trump won. Yeah, he knew.
Like, it's easy to think about it in hindsight, but I mean, the man owns pretty much space to some degree. Like, he controls a little, a good portion of it. So I'm just saying there's good that comes with it. It's like, an example would be, people be like, well, why you don't like Elon Musk? I'm like, because the problem is, you see a person that seems to appear to be doing good, but it's like with the Tesla trucks, like for years, or the Tesla cars for years, Tesla, rightfully named after Nikola Tesla, who, was a genius. That's like him branding himself as that, number one. Number two, Tesla died broke. Like, and like most artists,
they stole all his ideas and inventions. Yep. They called him crazy. Yep.
They called him crazy, right? And so you have Tesla that comes out, right? And it's this, green energy, big business, and paving the way for the future. So that's his brand, right? And he's been able to stick to that brand. But probably in the last 5 years, that brand started to erode, because we saw, like, when I found out that Teslas were built with non-sustainable materials, I just thought that was the silliest thing I had ever seen. Why are we pushing clean energy if the thing that is supposed to be clean can't even be recycled? It's not sustainable. It's not sustainable materials. That was the most craziest thing I had ever heard. But you brand the car as, or people that drive Teslas as, oh, well, I'm saving the earth. And when you understand the scope of what saving the earth truly looks like from a sustainability standpoint, it's not doing anything. I mean, if anything, Starlink is probably one of the best things that he has out, because people in the world should have free access to internet, like everywhere. Like the fact that he has satellites now and Starlink can basically go into the satellite and give people internet, in the wilderness. I think that's an incredible, technology, to be honest. But yeah. Then I think we talked. You say what?
I don't fuck with Elon Musk as a scientist, mathematician, and technologist. he is not, I feel like he exploits the average person. He's not that smart. He's not that innovative. He's not into sustainability. He's not into any of that shit. He's into making money, and that's it. And I feel like a lot of times people who make a lot of money and get rich off of the ideas of others, we see them as this like groundbreaking person, and he got to be smart. And you know, he's doing all this stuff in space. He's not. He's not. And I like, besides the Tesla, that's a nice car. People have it. I really don't understand how he's been propelled into this like person that people see as an innovator, because he's not. Like, he be actively working against sustainable public transportation options. He be lying to building code inspectors and shit just to make money. Like, that is not a true person who wants to make change and wants to educate others. And I just don't respect him at all as anything. I don't feel like he should have been plummeted into the fame that he's in. I feel like the people he's had work for him and the people ideas he done stole should be forefronts more than he is.
Yeah, people try to align him like with the Bill Gates and Steve Jobs is. He ain't Steve Jobs for sure. Like,
he ain't Mark Zuckerberg.
He ain't Mark.
He's
not those people. And these people have their own, you know, shortcomings and issues
Right.
that we have with them.
Right.
But he's not even these people.
Warren
I don't know
Buffett,
if Tesla even. I don't know if they ever marketed themselves as sustainable energy or anything like that. I think that's probably what their buyers attach to them, because they are an EV type of.
No,
I think it's more of a buyer thing that put. I don't know if Tesla ever said that.
No, they definitely were. So you got to remember when Priuses start coming out. So you had the idea with, and I only know this because I've always had an interest in sustainable systems since I was in high school. Just because I remember I always took advanced maths and sciences. And in one of my AP classes in my freshman year or sophomore year, I remember, you know, it was one of those white professors that really was kind of, or teachers that was like, yeah, we're all going to die in like 2030. And as a kid, you hear something like that, like, what you mean we're going to die? And it's like, we're killing the planet and no one's doing anything about it. Actually, we're making it worse. So that gives context to, over the years, you had, I think the Prius was one of the first vehicles that really kind of was like, okay, it can eliminate your emissions, you know, outtake, right? And so the equivalent to that became like a Tesla that was a more luxurious, think about it, for a luxury environmental emissions vehicle. Tesla has been the only vehicle has dominated it for years, until probably the last 2 or 3 years when Mercedes got one, BMW has one now, F-150 has one now. I would say most of the major brands have a vehicle that has that is electric, and you know, their emissions, they have, you know, little to no emissions. You would see him marketing himself as such, again, back from, like, most people don't know who Nikola Tesla really was, right? They don't understand what he means to modern technology. And for someone to basically pick that name up and run with it, it gave him the brand identity to be able to say, I'm making a vehicle that is for the future, that's going to help save the planet. I know this for a fact because I would see him in his little Tesla farms talking about it like he was the best thing smoking. And just like Twin is saying, is he was a fraud, because he literally is no different than that white girl that they locked up for saying that she could change the world with the blood diagnosed thing.
Not Elizabeth Holmes.
Yes,
wow.
Elizabeth Holmes.
Side note:
all she had to do was put on a turtleneck and talk like she had some sense.
The About Us page on Tesla says the future is sustainable in bold.
I'm trying to tell you.
But this is my thing. Accelerating the world's transition to sustainable energy. I don't doubt that the mission of Tesla may be that. I don't like that Elon Musk is associated with this because he does not give a fuck about that. And that's what I'm saying about him being his brand being built off the backs of others. I'm sure there are scientists at Tesla who are really working towards sustainable energy, but he don't give a fuck about that. And he should not reap the benefits of being a person who is, in search of sustainable energy and a innovator and changing the world, because he don't care about that.
And more importantly, over the years, that's what I'm saying. He went through like in the last 5 years where his stock, went down. And this is something that I think that Americans don't really understand when it comes to big business. Some way, somehow, before it used to be like in Gilded Age, it would be that, these companies or these men would have total ruin and they'd just go kill themselves, right? I think in one of the episodes that actually happens where, no, I mean, it's raw. That's what I'm saying. Like total ruin would be like, you can't run it back. But as we see with President-elect Trump and people like Elon, you can run it back. Right. And so like even Apple at one point had the same issue. And to me, these are the things that when we think about when it means to be American, like my other biggest issue with that is he is not an American citizen. He was not born here. So why does he have how does he have any right to talk about what it means to be American when he was never born here? Americans. Because they talking about
he didn't get here till college, I think.
They talking about taking away taking away amendments where people are naturalized citizens. That's what they talk. They're talking about changing the Constitution. Okay, so for Americans that are born here, how y'all feel about that? Why? How does someone that was not born here, got 4 baby mamas, slept with Amber Heard? Like, why do we care?
Yeah, I didn't know
she bad though. She bad.
He got 11 kids. I didn't know that.
I mean, 400 billion. Like, what's a kid?
But kids need more than money. Do we really feel like he involved in all 11 children lives? We don't know.
Look, they're already in fear of, their population's declining. And by they, who I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's true.
So him having 11 kids, he probably think that's not enough. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that concept is so wild to me, Dub. Like, why are they so afraid? It's billions of people on the earth.
Well,
why are they so afraid?
When you rule something for thousands of years and you could be in jeopardy of losing it within probably 50 to 100 years, like that, yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I was gonna say inherent domination is, and it's something that it comes with genetic years, as Doug points out, of programming, right? Like this is so genetically ingrained in the species of domination and control and power dynamics that there's no way to really undo that kind of concept. Because if one of the most rich the biggest continent in the world, they basically made it one of the poorest in the world. You understand? And you see what I'm saying? So this is something genetically. Think about that. Their ancestors, like we're tapped into the woo. Their ancestors were the ones who pulled that off. So, that's why a lot of times when I talk about the racial dynamics or being radicalized in a way like where I'm not going to argue with white people about a lot of things when it comes to race anymore because it's inherently genetic to them at this point. You don't want to see racism, you don't want to see race, and you don't care. And until there's something that is until there's something that you care about, someone you love, someone you have kids with, someone you might be married to, someone that is in your family, that's the only time you're going to care. That's when you're going to snuggle up real close. That's when you're going to come protective. And that's when you're going to lend your sword to die on.
Right. I think a good analogy would be like, just in comparison to us, like us folks with like melanin, like, you know, we just have that feeling, you know what I'm saying? Like, we go to a new city or a new state or whatever, we gonna seek out the people that kind of look like us. And you don't even really gotta talk to them, but you see them and you know y'all speak the same language. You know what I'm talking about? Just mentally, you know what I'm talking about? And I guess what P Money saying, like that's just in us. Or like when we hear a certain beat and we just, you know, we already know how to move to it. Like we ain't even got to try hard. You know what I'm saying? It's just there. But for them, it's like that power and that I'm better than you thing is just already kind of ingrained in them. It don't matter what country they come from. They just know that their skin looks how it's quote unquote supposed to look. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what P Money's like trying to say, like it's just ingrained in them type shit.
Yes. It is. I was reading about the potato famine in Ireland. You'll love this, Pete. Again, just reminded myself. Them motherfuckers really starved the Irish just to take over their land. Those are also white people. Like from the beginning, it's just been evil and insidious. Like I don't have what it takes, so I am just gonna take it from everyone else.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna take it from you.
It's just been there from the beginning, and it's like, is that genetic? What is going on?
Well, you know, a lot of my research deals specifics to that because, you know, like I said, I think that when you start to see it from that perspective, honestly, you start to honestly not hate white people anymore because you really understand is like you can't hate a pit bull for being a pit. Like those are beautiful dogs, but they are pits, right? Like you can't hate a Doberman for being a Doberman or a Rottweiler because that's a Rottweiler. White people are going to just be white people, and if it comes with these other things that you know, you can't just. I just don't think it's helpful to Black people to continue to call these people, you know, all in the same, you know, collective as, you know, racist and all these different things, because like I said, they really don't see it the way we see it. And this election taught it. They don't see it the way we see it, and they don't care, period. So let it go. Now, how are there methods and mechanics and strategies to employ to get this other side to care about us? I really don't know. But I'm not going back and forth with nobody no more. I ain't finna do that. I'm not doing that. And I think Ed said it best, you know, where he, you know, gave the analogy in bad timing at the time, because this was after the assassination of JFK, where he said the roosters will come home to, they will something, Bruce, come back. Let me look it up. But the point that I'm making is, this is the kind of stuff we're going to continuously see, like you said, Twin, where white people are going to start to be violent with other white people. Look what happened to the healthcare CEO. Like, I watched that video, which was disturbing, and he walked in there. He ain't had no book bag. He ain't have his lunch for the day. He didn't have no suitcase. He didn't have nothing. Like most Americans that commute every day, he got out of his car, which he probably had a driver, and he walked into the building like he was the man, because he was the man. And somebody rolled up on him with I think I heard it was a 3D printed gun and shot him.
Mm-hmm.
A white man went and killed another white man, and now white people are glorifying what the white man did.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie.
Talk about it.
Because I've been off social media, but I still got the notification on USA Today about the CEO. I have mixed feelings. I don't want to say that I am ever glad that a human life was taken. However, I feel like it's been past time for some type of revolutionary action in America on a lot of fronts, but specifically healthcare, because y'all know I've been taking care of my parents for the last 8 years. And honestly, y'all, I had to get back on social media a little bit. I got back on Reddit and reading those stories of people being denied life-saving things, being denied asthma inhalers, being denied dialysis. Like, I just cried. Like, it's heartbreaking. I felt a little bit validated, because I feel like if nothing's ever really wrong with you and you don't have to navigate the healthcare system like that, you don't really know how shockingly terrible it is. And so I've been feeling kind of alone in this journey, and because I've had to navigate for my parents, and it's so utterly trash that I just feel like I had nobody to talk to, because you don't really know until you really need something. And reading all these stories and motherfuckers being like, good riddance, fuck that, man, your claim is denied. Like, I just really had to take some self-reflection time, because we are truly living in a place that cares about money over human lives. And that is really scary. And I feel like we just kind of every day, we keep going because we have to. You don't want to just dwell on how hopeless shit is. But that shit really made me be like, hey, man, kill all them motherfuckers. If that's going to bring about change, shoot they ass. Maybe, and if it's another white person shooting another white person, maybe that will get the attention of the powers that be. Because this shit is crazy.
I love that you said it that way, because one thing that I always often do when I lecture to students is I try to get people to understand, how violence truly works in America, right? And it's because inherently, like you mentioned, the ancestors of Europeans or white people is very violent and like naturally inherently violent. I'm going to do violence to you, and I'm going to respond to violence, right? And so when you say that, it's like when people think about what happened on January 6th, they went up there to do violence because they felt like they needed to make a change. And that's a valid lived experience that those supporters of Trump back at that in 2020 felt was worth going out to go do. And Capitol Police were killed. A woman got shot, all kinds of violent things happened. Okay. So when you speak of it in that way, that's what I'm saying is this kid literally was like, you know what? I'm just going to do something about it. I got to take his life. I have to, because what they're doing is so violent. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's such a crime that someone has to do something about it. And since research team in here, I've found it. Malcolm X said, the chickens are coming home to roost, which refers to the wrongdoings committed by an individual or a political entity will likewise have a boomerang effect and come back to punish the wrongdoing party in a similar vein. That's what it means. And the healthcare system, specifically United, is trash. These are trash human beings. Like,
I really didn't know how bad United specifically was.
Trash, and so I I do not also condone as a non violent person in terms of assassination, like taking out grievances against people. I'm totally against that. But this is something that I talk about all the time in a historical standpoint. People have been killing people for a long time.
Facts.
Because you think you that untouchable that somebody wasn't going to come up and shoot you. That's what you thought.
And really, that if you think about it, because I went down a little rabbit hole of history after this, real change has been brought about when people start shooting people. War. When people just get fed up and start murking niggas. Like, and that's the unfortunate truth. But it's like that's the only way you get the powers that be to hear you. It's like, okay, let like you said earlier, P, let me make them feel it so that they now they know. Because the wife was like, well, I don't know, maybe because of some denied claims. I don't know. Bitch, you know damn well. Maybe she don't know. Maybe they are so far removed from the average person that you do not know how much damage your husband and his company is causing to regular people who cannot afford to just go pay $5,000 for a procedure.
Talk about it, because I'm dealing with it. And let me tell you, baby, it's off the chain. It's off the chain. It's off the chain. So, yeah. And so, I'm really am interested in this case, to be honest. Prior to his arrest, I really felt that he's gonna get off. To be honest,
they didn't charge him with murder. They charged him with a bunch of other stuff, but murder's not on there.
Yeah, I think he's gonna get off. I think he's gonna get off because another thing that you mentioned, and we might have talked, I think we may have talked about this kind of concept before, is like it's why we like the shows like Batman, right? The vigilantes, right? And so, he really just took it upon himself to change healthcare, the fight against healthcare into Gotham City. And so, I really could see him getting off. If not with just manslaughter, but because apparently
23 charges related to the 3D printed gun and a fake ID.
Yeah, because he didn't use an actual gun.
Yeah, murder ain't on there, right?
I don't see it.
Yeah. So
hey, all you rappers that be lying in your raps, take notes from Buddy. Like
okay.
My dog lived what you talking about.
Didn't he come from a rich family though?
Not rich, wealthy. Like they say his grandparents started like damn near half the businesses in their little town.
Yeah. So if a wealthy person fed up, it's something ain't right.
His cousin is a state legislature as well.
Something ain't right.
Yeah.
Why gonna say we know the health system does not work as well as it should, and we understand people's frustrations with it. Do you?
But me right. Personally, I know y'all spoke already, but it's giving me like Manchurian Candidate, Patsy type stuff. Like I don't know if I think there's a lot more deep story here, in my opinion.
Nah, you watch too many conspiracy theories. I think
give me my tinfoil hat, because
I'm just telling you that Kat told us last year on 1/1, everything that's done in the dark gonna come to light. And I'm telling you, things of this nature are going to let me break it down for you. Elon Musk becomes rich, builds back his billions overnight through the election. He's so busy over here building cars that can drive themselves and robots but we haven't cured cancer, or we have the cure, but there's too much big business in it. Children right now in America, pediatric cancer, kids die every day from cancer in America. We haven't cured cancer. Okay? Think about that.
Nah,
But
the sentiment, I'm fucking with you. I just don't know if he did it or if he's the one behind it. That's what I'm saying. I think he's a patsy.
No, he did it. He did it. Because this is what I'm saying is like when and kind of what Twin brings up is, and what we've been asking our listeners over this whole election cycle, what are y'all gonna do? What are we gonna do? What can you do?
I think that's why people was unconvinced by United's statement, because y'all not proposing anything. You just said we are committed to making a better healthcare system. How, Sway, when you denying 33% of claims, are you going to fix your AI? Now, I wanted to say this too. Let's not give AI a bad name, because AI is dangerous, but it's only as good as the humans that prompt it and feed it knowledge. Okay. So I know that United was allegedly using this AI system to approve or deny claims, but people have to put those prompts in there and teach it to learn in a specific way for it to spit that out. And you can alter the technology if it's flawed. Okay. Give it new knowledge, adjust so that it's not just automatically denying claims. So just me as someone who loves technology, I don't want us to feel like, oh well, AI this and AI. No, it's at the end of the day, it's the humans.
It's the human, but
to do that.
And they've lost that human element. I mean, Twin, how many times did you say and you've cried and you've screamed and you've yelled at the top of your lungs that there is no human element to what you've had to deal with insurance companies and the healthcare system with your parents?
Yeah, they don't give a fuck. And I'm with you, Dub. I put my tinfoil hat on. I don't know I think Luigi maybe physically did it. But remember we were talking about yesterday, we're in a simulation. Did somebody drop him in as a plant?
Nah, man.
Get up.
Yeah, I think he probably physically did it, but I think there's other things at play here. It ain't just him. I get he's a relatively smart person. Some people said brilliant, genius, blah blah blah, because of the school he went to, and he's an engineer and all that stuff. But cool, we smart too.
Correct.
I'm just telling you.
I think it's something bigger than him, in my opinion.
I'm just telling you, I've been in some rooms with some really smart people that, specific to AI. And the one thing that scares these white people more than anything is kids like Luigi. They talk about it all the time. A kid that's bored, or a kid from MIT, or a kid from one of the top engineering schools in the country flips the side, flips the role, flips the script.
Shit, and any TV show you watch, the damn terrorists or supercells, they come from schools in the United States. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I believe that he himself did it, because he played right in. I'm just being someone that lived and worked in New York and worked with these kind of people my whole life. Like not my whole life, a big part of my life of like learning just corporate structures is, I mean, he really played into how untouchable they really feel, like how they really move. Like I said, if you 33% of people that you're denying claims with, that you don't even have, 9 times out of 10 when they do these denials, they don't even have an appellate process, right? So you can't even appeal. They just tell you no, and that's it.
That's crazy.
You see what I'm saying? So like you these are people, and then when you're denying them, these are life-saving treatments or operations that they need, these people are dying.
I read the story. Somebody had fucked up their back or something, and going to what you're saying about appeals, their claim was denied. They went through the whole appeals process. They said by the time the appeals process was over, their injury was healed.
They say he had a back surgery. The suspect, Luigi.
Well,
I think that's what you're talking about. It was some shit like
that. That might have been him. I've read so many stories. I'm like, this is crazy. This is crazy. No wonder people are like, good riddance. F that man, because asthma inhalers, people choking out over something regular that most people have. Well, a lot of people have. Like, that is just, I think stuff like this, it's like, you know how bad stuff is. But then when you hear it on this type of level, it's like, I don't know if I knew it was this bad for so many people. I did not know that.
You know what's crazy? Like, I love this country. I'm so thankful to have grown up in this country, be born here. The things that make this country kind of great, like the founding type of principles of this country, they really coming to bite us in the ass right now. I ain't gonna lie. Like, just the whole capitalism of it all. That's what made this country the most powerful in the world, because you could come here with nothing and become the greatest of the great. But now it's like, people getting a little more information now, and it's I don't know, man. It's biting us in the ass. But still that makes us great though, because you can't do what you can do here in other countries. I think that's my point. But
I think, like you said, I think other countries, maybe not like third world countries, but I think other countries could surpass us in the future, because I do feel like you said, it's kind of a downfall right now, which all began with Ronald Reagan. But I'm gonna leave that, because y'all know I can go off on a tangent all day. But I really do feel like the economics and the crappy state of the US, and us getting used to having non-politicians and clowns in office, really began with Reagan in the 80s. And now we are seeing the negative repercussions of a lot of the sentiment, not even just policies, a lot of the sentiment that he spread to Republicans and white Americans. And he really kind of made the elitist thing and classism thing even worse to me. And I think he really shot us into capitalism way more than we were before. And now that we are just kind of like super divided between people who think capitalism is the way, and those of us who are seeing the detrimental effects of pure capitalism.
I think the root word in there is pure capitalism. I think you can still be capitalism with kind of like these, socialistic areas of your government, like healthcare, like that. Sure, fine. I think what it is like these first probably 20 rights that we have, 20 amendments that we have, or whatever, they're pretty much untouchable. Like you really can't touch them, because the country was built on that, especially the first 10. Like, I don't think that you really can't touch those first 10. And then you have like the 14th Amendment and all that stuff, but it's not something that we can really touch, because it's like, damn, all right, we made these laws, blah 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 blah. That's what made this country so great, and we can't touch them now, because it makes it seem like everything else is a lie or a fallacy. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Listen, let me tell you something. Okay.
I'm listening, cuz.
We listening.
You seen that Supreme Court we got?
The one Orange Man built. Yep.
Okay. Don't sleep. Okay. Amendments. It's the reason why it's called an amendment to the Constitution. An amendment can be amended. Don't sleep. Okay. This is something that
I already know they're looking at the 14th. I done heard that already. Yeah.
But they are touchable. No one wants to touch them because typically the Supreme Court
is not touchable because it ain't touchable. The first 10 not touchable.
I'm not saying that they're not touch. What I'm saying is you have a Supreme Court, and we have said this on the pod many, many moons ago, that is one of the most, I would say, radical.
All right.
Well, no, because I don't want to make it political, to be honest. It is a Supreme Court that is willing to look at yeah. I don't want to make it political because the court is the willingness to look at legislature that has been in place for years, decades to some degree, and overturn them or change them has already been proven. Okay? So if there is a will, W-I-L-L, if there is a will to touch and do something to something that is legal, amend meaning you can amend it. I can completely see in the next 4 years there being something done from a constitutional perspective. And I would argue anyone that's listening to this podcast who has any understanding of constitutional law understands the reality of this being something that can happen. Okay? So remember that I said this in 2024. So in 4 years from now or 8 years from now, because we might have President Trump for 8 years. They might change that law.
I don't think he can serve again. Oh, you saying they might change the law?
I mean, he kind of old, so it'd be like crazy if that happened. Like he's actually kind of old. He would be 88. He'd be like 88. How old is he? I think how old is he?
What I would say, because I understand what you're saying, but this is someone that put he put 3 to 4 justices in service. So I don't think that they are willing, sure, but it's not their will, it's his will. I think he willed them to do these things that he's asking for. Hey, I'm gonna put you in this seat, but you got to do what you know what I'm saying? That's what it seems like.
I would disagree because you have Clarence on there, right? And
the coon count. Never mind. Go ahead.
I'm just letting you know who has been getting financial. I mean, they have proof
for 40 years. That's even before what's his name. Yeah.
But so my point being,
so that's proof they could be bought.
So what I'm saying is this idea that these justices have this moral compass. I'm just saying is they themselves got up to their little nominations and they lied straight to the American people and said, oh, no, I won't do this and I won't do that. I mean, they have them on camera saying these things. And then what did they do? They went and overturned it. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But
did y'all see RFK Jr. trying to roll back the polio vaccine? We're all going to die. We're all going to die. And we should just get our shit together right now. Because We finna be
What?
locked up with fucking polio.
If that ain't the goofiest thing I ever heard, I'm like, y'all know polio almost wiped out the whole entire world.
Red dot number 5.
Like, for real.
Polio. Yep.
No, like polio actually almost killed. Hold on, I know it's a stat on that.
After your old ass already done took, you can afford to be anti-vaccine after you done already had all the vaccines.
You know
In the
what's
night,
crazy?
hold on,
Go ahead,
because you know, research team ain't here. Polio in the 1940s and the 1950s, polio killed nearly 500,000 people worldwide each year. You see what I'm saying?
Not each year. What you gonna
But the
say,
crazy
Doug?
thing is this kind of goes back to our I don't know what kind of conversation that was earlier, like a white supremacy conversation, whatever. This man comes from basically American royalty. He's a Kennedy.
Yeah.
I'm sure y'all still got money somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you still trying to be in control of other people's lives.
That is the craziest part to me, Dub. Like, you got long money, been important to the U.S.
Long money.
for centuries,
Yeah, right.
decades. Why? Why?
I think some people they're just not comfortable with. Well, I mean, they're just not comfortable with going somewhere and just chilling out. You know what I'm saying? Which I can understand that because you know people have ambitions and all this stuff, but your ambitions, most people's ambitions, are to get them in a financial state where they don't have to worry about anything. But if you already in that, like,
Yeah.
what else is there?
Yeah.
I guess that's why these billionaires be trying to go to space and stuff.
Doing weird shit. Yeah, because what else do you do? I can't relate. I ain't never had money like that. So
I ain't seen Rihanna to try to go up there.
But I feel
Rihanna
like
ain't got that. She got billions, but she ain't got them billions.
But she didn't grow up with billions. That's the thing. Or millions. I feel like sometimes if you grew into money, but like you weren't born into it, you might have a different sense of purpose than somebody like a Kennedy. Even far beyond people who just maybe you had wealth for a decade, a generation or two. When you done had wealth for generation from the beginning, that's why you be on drugs and shit. Well, let me shake it up and see if I can revoke the polio vaccine. Let's see what happens. Sometimes like you just want to watch the world and watch it burn because you ain't got
it's like you just doing shit just to do shit, just to say I did shit. Like,
yeah. Because why do you need to go to space? Why?
I want to go to space. I want to go to Mars.
No,
get me out of here.
Space is fire, and I think it's like these billionaires, these people. Well, Elon and Bezos, like the ones that are actually building, space companies or whatever. I feel like they've done everything on Earth, and I mean the government told us the aliens they've been here, so they're like, oh shit, like.
Yeah, but you gotta remember.
I feel like they know something's coming, and they're like, "Oh,
okay,
I'm gonna get up out of here."
If you want to play into conspiracy, though, you gotta remember there's a good population of people that don't even believe that we went to the moon. They don't believe the moon is real. You know that, right?
I have heard that.
People still think the Earth is flat, so I'm not shocked by that at all.
So but again, I think that for the most part, if anything, what I've learned in this year is that this place doesn't seem real at sometimes, and I'm gonna treat it as such, and I'm gonna try to stay tapped in to the universe as much as I can, because I don't know what else we can do. other than that, because it doesn't. I mean, there are times truly that I'm like, this can't be real.
Right.
It's a
And there's an
simulation.
old saying, I think it goes, stay black and die. And that's probably what
I was just
do.
gonna say, I came to the realization that all I gotta do is worry about myself and help my people as much as I can. And that's it. That's all I can do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I take that one for the culture. We lost some really great pillars of the Black community in this last year alone. And so again, I just know that our ancestors, I keep telling people the inauguration is on MLK Day. Niggas finna be barbecuing.
Bro. Kanan barking at that. He said no.
People finna be on the grill minding. We are going to be minding our Black ass business, okay? And with that, we're gonna get into the next segment, talk about the culture, because I'm telling you, this is what I'm telling you. Like the way this setting itself up, it's like it's not a happenstance. Like that is not something that's just random. Okay, like the chances of that being on the same day is just the craziest thing I've ever heard. Ever.
Yeah, we need to have a party, a block party or something.
For real, we lost some great ones in 2024.
Yeah.
Like, come on, like, bro, Nikki Giovanni? Come on, man.
Man.
Oh, I forgot about that.
That was like last week.
No, that's what it is. Yeah.
Quincy Jones?
Man.
Bruh. Jones died?
That was about 3-4 weeks ago. Yeah, he gone.
What?
John Amos.
James Evans? Oh my gosh. Yeah,
No.
John Amos, but we know him as James. Good time, good time. I can't believe he was like 33 years old when he filmed that show. He looked old as hell, but rest in peace, James Evans, John Amos. Yeah.
You know, they were going through stuff back in the day. They look older than they had a struggle.
They had them struggle that they had to go out there and be on them fields, child.
Damn.
Y'all, I used to hate Good Times growing up. I ain't gonna lie.
Nah, Good Times was the shit. Even in the 90s, watching Good Times, that's crazy because if you think about TV now, I guess hard to watch a show that's like 30 years old, you know what I'm saying? But in the 90s, watching Good Times, that was all right. I like Good Times.
Yeah, I ain't like it. I was like, this is depressing. They're gonna be poor forever. They ain't never getting up out the hood. Everything's sad, and I don't like it. But I also was not tapped in. I grew up middle class, so that was a very foreign way of living to me. So I still watched it.
It didn't make complete sense to me either, but
it did. It did. I grew up in the non-middle class.
That shit was so depressing to me. I'm like, they live in the projects and they're gonna be there forever.
Yeah, that's really was you got to hold on to the good times.
And he was being abused. I'm like, I can't watch this. This is too much. I think it was too much real life for me as a child who had not experienced any of that. I didn't even know any. I'm just now at 36 realizing how terrible the world is. So growing up, I was like, isn't the world sunshine and rainbows? This isn't good.
You also was raised by one of the most compassionate, empathetic, optimistic, beautiful human beings God ever made. So you gotta
leave that in.
Yeah, straight up. Like I ain't never met a soul like that in my life. I know souls like that, but hers was uniquely different for sure. I ain't never even heard that lady cuss ever. Never.
I did one time, and I knew it was it was a wrap for whoever I can't even remember who it was. I just had to go ahead and Ma, let's go over here. I'll handle it for you. Cause I never wanted her to be outside of her angelic nature. You know what I'm saying? So while I possess a lot of her traits, okay, I am not the one.
Yeah. No, so I would say that was a big part of why. Because you could be in the middle class and still have a trash upbringing.
Yeah, that's true. But I did appreciate good times as I got older, and it was funny, you know.
Yeah,
place for us. A lot of Black actors started there, you know, so it was less depressing.
Janet Jackson was on there.
Yeah,
she sure was.
Old Penny, when she used to come over with Wanda.
That's what I'm saying. Poor Penny was getting abused and shit. Like, oh my God, this is awful. This is real life.
Well, with that, we're gonna go on and take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Poor Penny. All right, welcome back. We've been chit-chatting, might have had some intakes there, but you know, we just want to make sure that we wish all of y'all a very happy holiday season. Thank you for kicking it with us all 2024. We appreciate everyone that has listened, liked on YouTube, Instagram, sent us messages. We really appreciate y'all. And so we're looking forward to, just tapping in with y'all. But I know one thing. I am really, 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 really looking forward to the next year, because I just spent the holiday season doing absolutely nothing, because I'm not buying into none of y'all foolishness like Thanksgiving.
And
I'm over it. Because I just walked around telling people Happy Colonizers Day, and people really don't understand that y'all are just continuing a tradition that really needs to die. Just kill it.
I actually agree, and I know Thanksgiving is it's really for families and getting together and stuff, but I feel like I decided this year, and maybe last year too, I don't think I'm celebrating Thanksgiving anymore. I'll take a plate now. That don't mean don't bring me no plates. Shout out to our cousin. I ain't gonna say her name, but she with her mama and gave us a full pan of Thanksgiving food. And I love you, girl. Thank you. Because I was definitely at home in the bed.
Oh yeah, I went and picked up some plates too, but I don't think I feel like, to gather, that's one of the terms for the holidays, to gather. I think, you can put a lot of more emphasis on that year round, to be honest. It's kind of like when we were just talking about for MLK. I'm telling you, niggas gonna be barbecuing for sure. It's gonna be the first long holiday, because think about it, Christmas in the middle of the week, New Year's in the middle of the week, and that's gonna be the next holiday that we gonna have. That's gonna be the first weekend holiday of the year.
I honestly feel like I'm so tapped into my master plan that the holidays, inauguration, all that shit is kind of out of my mind. Like, I feel like I've been hyper focused on 2025. So I'm excited too.
Yeah. I just think from a holiday perspective, no, I agree. Like, I know I'm over Thanksgiving. I was like, going through some boxes the other day, and I found some of my little Christmas ornaments, because I don't have a tree up this year, obviously. And I took out the little ornaments, my little Harry Potter Christmas ornaments that I got. And, I think Christmas to me always felt different because of how I used to experience it in New York. Like, being in New York made Christmas become magical for me. Like, I get it. Like, when I lived there and then it would snow and stuff, like, I started to understand why people love Christmas. But yeah, I think just these things that we celebrate in these holidays, like they just need to die. And so I say that to say, like, MLK weekend, it's always a special holiday for me because it's right around my birthday. So when I was a kid growing up, that's usually when I would have my parties. So because it was a long weekend. And so that's kind of why I
do love Christmas and New Year's though. Even though I'm saying I'm hyper focused, I do enjoy the time around Christmas and New Year's because it kind of symbolizes like you're ending the year on a positive note, people in a good mood and not acting as crazy as they usually do the rest of the year. And it's like new beginnings, you know. I always feel a real sense of new around New Year's and the holidays after Thanksgiving. So I'm excited too. As I reflect on 2024, I feel like it was a transitionary year for me. Setting me up for what's to come in the next 5 years. And I feel like I became very resilient and tapped in, and it was revealed to me what's important and what's not, you know. So I'm excited. Big things to come. I've been feeling this real nervous energy for like 6 months of just something big is coming. I'm meant for something bigger. And I feel like I've been getting closer to that every single day. And 2025 will kind of be like, I feel like it's going to launch me forward towards that. So I'm really excited. It's going to be a good time. Despite all the crazy shit that's going on in the US, like I said earlier, focusing on me and my people is really my main thing for the rest of my life, honestly. Because like you were saying earlier, P, we don't have a cure for cancer. Why we don't have a cure for Alzheimer's? Why we don't know what causes that? Why aren't we more educated on these things that affect us individually instead of using our money to fucking go to space and do all this other shit that's not helping the everyday average citizen?
It's carbs.
I disagree because my mom was a vegetarian for the majority of her life.
I'm telling you what they said. They said carbs causes Alzheimer's and dementia. That's what they said.
But so many
Who
people,
is they? I don't know.
Oh, I was gonna say, who is that?
I was gonna say mustard.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Now you trying to pull on the pod. Look at you. Hey y'all, it's the cynical negative cousin.
He just mad because the boy pulled out his white card and started suing people. He just mad.
I ain't mad. Even Wiz Khalifa was like, yeah, that sounds like a Drake thing to do. So he been doing that. I ain't mad. Do what you got to do, Playboy. But that Kendrick is fire, bro. I listen to it. Bro, I'm a fan of good music. I don't.
Kendrick album?
Yes.
Yeah, it's fire.
That thing fire, or mixtape, whatever he want to call it.
It's good.
It's fire. Yeah, it's good. It's a good thing.
Wait, but why Drake's doing the label?
Oh, because his label supposedly suppressed his songs and
they're on the same label,
songs.
By the way.
Right. So and his label is also in bed with, I think, Apple Music. So they were suppressing Drake's songs to big up Not Like Us and blah, 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 blah. But their argument, I guess, is that, nigga, we did this shit for you. We suppressed hella people's shit to play your shit like years ago. So it make him look a little crazy, but I guess everybody else didn't sue like him, so we gonna see what happened. But what I was saying was, I'm the cynical, negative cousin.
Are you?
2025. Oh, I'm not. I don't know what I am. I have no identity.
I feel like you changed. I was gonna say, I feel like you've been changing. You've been growing. You know. Yeah, I would say that.
That's just regular 30 to 35 to 40-year-old nigga shit. stay inside, play the game, mind my business. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, you're right. But what I was gonna say was 2025, cool. But be realistic. It ain't no. It's only one second between 2024 and 2025. I'm gonna do the same shit. Wake up and go to work.
That's real.
That's the cynical part of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna just do the same shit. But I am. We're gonna have a new president. Well, a new old president. That might be a triple entendre because he knew, because he ain't the president now, but he the old president because he was a president before, and he also old. So that's a triple entendre. You see what I did there?
I mean,
thank you very much.
We gonna see. He got some ideas for y'all, especially y'all of melanin, but not, our melanin, just the lighter melanin.
Oh, they gonna find out
that y'all voted for.
Everybody gonna find out.
Get him out of here.
It's gonna be.
He said, "Oh, we're not gonna be separating families. We're gonna deport the whole family."
And mind y'all, P Money she is a Republican. That's which
Whoa. Is. Why you put my business out on these streets, man?
You've said that before. Stop.
I know. I am conservative. Yes, I am. I don't like making it about party anymore.
No, it's not about party. It's just that's the party that he claims. You know what I'm saying? And it's not about you. But my point is that there are people out there that still have a sound mind and don't fuck with everything he said just because he's in their party. That was what I was.
Oh yeah. No,
she's not a Trump Republican. I do feel like there's a difference.
Yeah, and I would further more say that I have said this before on the pod that the two-party system is failing the American people. So,
yeah, that's true.
That's me being I've always been a Republican. Me being a Republican is because Republican Party gave Black people the right to vote. It's as simple as that. That party system has changed and flip-flopped. So the two-party system is failing the American people, period. Because if I'm a Democrat, I'm hella pissed, and I would be very weary of when this party says they're for us and they just collapsed in the wake of Trumpism. They collapsed completely. Had to go get good old Joe out of retirement to come run for president. It's like they haven't recovered since Barack Obama, and that's just very unfortunate. There really is. And so and Trumpism is a thing. And so, like I said, they like it. I love it. And let's see how great we're gonna get. Let's see.
Just a quick comment on Joe. This is completely off subject, but the fact that he pardoned his son, guys, come on. What's the point in being rich and powerful and president if you can't use it to help your own people? I don't care about the rest of that shit y'all talking about. If you can't help your own son out as the president,
this is my son. Oh, he did a little crack with some hookers. All right.
Yeah, but they act like half of the drug epidemic isn't cocaine and opioids. Black people don't have access to that. They smoke. They have crack and fentanyl. Okay, and fentanyl now is a drug that's in everything. That's the only reason why I don't even buy weed on the streets, because it's in everything.
I'm from the hospitals. Yep, sure does.
So y'all a little mad because this man went and but that's his only son, and he off the chain. Hunter is off.
Right.
He is off the chain. Everybody.
And his other son was Iraqi veteran and died of cancer. Like, come on,
Right.
that's all he got left.
Come on, bro.
If
Like,
if,
just
if
stop.
I'm 80 plus and this is the only son I got left, this is my legacy. Cool, he a little fucked up. Sure. We got
Listen,
crackheads in the black community and we ain't got shit.
Thank you.
let me give
Thank
you,
you.
let me give a
Arden,
good,
get up out of jail.
let me give a
Thank
good
you.
parallel. Prince Andrew
On the
What-
run.
for years, and they just stripped him. They just finally hid him away. They just not hid him away. The King of England's brother.
On the run. Right.
So
Queen
please,
Elizabeth's
please,
Other son.
son,
yes.
thank
The
you.
one that we
Please.
never heard.
Please.
Right.
He was on them islands with them little kids and Epstein
Please.
and what's her name?
I don't know, but leave me out of it, okay? Like this is stuff. That's the kind of stuff. If I hear people talking about stuff like that, I just walk off. I change the subject. So, cause you sound crazy. What are we really talking about? As though white people don't always make sure that they take care of their own. Shut up.
And as though if you had any sort of power, you wouldn't be getting Jaquavius out the county jail for having weed or whatever. You could do the same shit. So stop it. Stop.
But you know what the crazy part is? We ain't never heard of Buddy until Epstein came up. I never heard of him. I didn't even know Prince Charles had a brother.
I
didn't
I
even
didn't know that either.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
So that means they probably knew he was fucked up his
They
whole
knew.
life,
They didn't know.
and they kept him away from the limelight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because
Everywhere Queen Elizabeth, oh, Prince Charles. I never heard of Prince Edward or whatever the fuck his name is.
that's
Andrew,
the other
sorry.
brother. He got two brothers.
I ain't never heard of him.
Well,
they kept him away for a reason, probably.
They
Well,
knew. They knew.
they might have known. I don't think so. To clarify, you have senior working royals. That's the whole, like, when people try to understand what happened to Harry and Meghan, they were senior working royals. Prince Andrew was the one that married Fergie, and Fergie and Princess Diana and Fergie were like really cool, and then Prince Andrew and Fergie got divorced. So apparently they actually still kind of cool to this day because they had Princess Beatrice.
Fergie.
Like, yeah, look up.
Black
Her
Eyed
name-
Peas, Fergie.
No, the original Fergie. She's a redhead.
Oh,
Like
I thought you were talking
Yeah, the
about Black
original
Eyed
Fergie.
Peas.
Look, see,
I'm trying to tell you, bro. I be
others out there. This is why P Money's here. We don't know none of this shit. I ain't never
We
heard none
clearly
of
don't
this.
know anything.
Yeah, you can Google Fergie and Princess Diana. They used to like always be together. So they weren't, when he got divorced. Remember, divorce was like a real bad thing until like when the whole divorce between Princess Diana and then Prince Charles at the time, the tapes came out between him and Camille. Like, he vehemently publicly was like, no, I'm not having an affair until that came out, and then everybody was kind of like, oh, let's hurry up and get over with this divorce, right? So like, I just say that to say, like, there are worse things that people could do. Hunter has to carry a gun because he does cocaine. People, he be messing with hookers. That's why he has weapons.
Yeah.
Bruh just like to have a good time. Come on.
Listen, because y'all know y'all be on coke too, listeners. Stop it. I
That's
work for
normal
corporate America.
stuff. Cocaine and guns and hookers is
That's
normal.
regular stuff. Stop clutching your pearls. Y'all know what be going on out here.
Hello. And speaking of which, clutching their pearls, y'all ladies, stop crashing out over these men. Please, in 2025, can we not crash out
Who crashed out?
over men?
Oh,
You
rapper.
recall.
Please.
You
the
recall.
rapper crash out.
Let's leave. Let's leave it in 2024. Okay. Let's leave the crashing out over men in 2024. Please. Let's just leave it in 2024. Let's go into the new year.
I'm an avid battle rap fan. Like, I actually go to events and da 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 da. I know all the backstories, but this here, the boxer being introduced to it, I already knew about the other three because that's been an ongoing thing in battle rap for like the last 2 years, probably.
Wait, catch me up.
But the boxer coming in, I ain't know about none of that. That's some new stuff. It being intro to it. Oh, what you need to know, twin?
What happened?
I know it all.
What happened?
Remy Ma. Do you know Remy Ma?
I saw the headline, but I didn't read in depth. Okay, so what happened?
Okay, so she's been dealing with this battle rapper, Easy to Block Captain. Mind you, I know all this stuff for a while. This is old news, minus the boxer being introduced to it. She's been dealing with Easy to Block Captain for probably the last 2 years. They started off, she was his manager, supposedly. Then they started dealing together. Then you started hearing these rumblings about Papoose knocking him out in a back room. Blah, 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 blah. Papoose never said nothing. Papoose, the Alphabetical Slaughter rapper, super lyrical miracle. I don't know if you remember any Papoose songs, but yeah, him. That's her husband. They have a kid together, like 6 or 7. Papoose never said anything, but now it comes out that Papoose still been living in Remy's house, according to Remy. This is all alleged. I don't know none of this. And he's been dating Claressa Shields, the world famous boxer. She really the best female boxer of all time. The first American to win a gold medal at the Olympics. Among other things, she's got several belt titles in different weights. But yeah, they in a whole love, I would say triangle, but it's like a square at this point because it's 4 points. It's 4 different people.
Who the other person?
So you have
her, the dude she messing with, Papoose, and the boxer.
Right, correct. Yes. So she was upset that he was still staying in her house talking to this girl, but she already got another situation. They've been together for like 1.5 years at least.
Yeah, but go live with her then.
Right, and that's my point. So people are like, yo, why you in her house talking to another female?
Yeah, go live with her.
Go live somewhere else and talk to another. That's my point.
That's the only problem.
Y'all still married. Y'all ain't get an official divorce. Why are you still in this lady's house? That's my point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which she still should not be upset because she's always had her own situation for the last 1.5 years with another nigga. You get what I'm saying? So it's all like little messy shit. Yeah. And again, back to the beginning of the podcast. Why is this shit on the internet?
Why do we know about this? Okay, so back to P original point. Stop crashing out on the internet. Call your people, call whoever you need to call. What we gonna do? This is what I said in the beginning. What are we gonna do about it?
And like, she been dealing with Buddy the battle rapper for 1.5 years. We never heard nothing from Papoose. You know what I'm saying? And that's a stupid ass name. I hate saying the word Papoose. That's a dumbass name. Sorry, Papoose, but that's a stupid ass name. Anyway, we never heard nothing from him. We didn't know nothing about this until she started barking on the girl on social media. Like,
oh, that's okay. So she started going off on her on social media.
Yes. She started putting out screenshots and all this stuff.
This is why when a relationship is over, y'all need to physically part ways. Don't still be, oh, I'm still on the mortgage and we still own it. You need to cut ties and not talk to this person anymore because it's hard for you to heal when you're still in close proximity with this person. Because why do you care? Now, I would care that he in my house, period. But in my house and you talking to somebody else, go live with her then. That would be my only thing. Just go live with her. I wouldn't be going back and forth with no woman, none of that. It's time for you to get out. And that's it.
Yeah, apparently he fell asleep on the phone like while he was FaceTiming the next chick. But
That's what happened when you old.
I've been living here for the last year and a half while you out there sleeping with another nigga. You in another relationship.
But this my house though.
No, but if he got his own bedroom at that house, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, I
Why
don't.
is he still? I don't understand why he's still there.
I don't get why he's still there. I agree with that. But if he got his own bedroom, why you coming into my bedroom, seeing what the fuck I'm doing? Who gives a fuck?
I mean, that's
I'm
true.
You know what? Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, a lot of because they got a young kid, a lot of times people don't want to disrupt the living
That's
situation
true.
for the kids. So, and I know that because when my grandma and my granddaddy got divorced, they lived in the same house for years together.
Right. I understand why.
No, but
still-
like they lived in two
like,
different
why do you
bedrooms.
care about? Yes, that's normal. I got my favorite auntie and uncle. They lived in the same house, still together. They love each other, happily married. Actually, none of that occurred, but they slept in separate bedrooms. That's a normal thing. But if y'all in the same house and y'all in separate bedrooms and y'all not together, why are you going in this man's room or whatever? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Trying
that's
to
also true.
see what the fuck he doing.
I mean,
And
maybe the
yeah.
kid would up in the.
And you got something else going on.
I mean, like I
Nothing.
said, I try not to throw stones at nobody's house. So I just leave me out of it.
That's the whole point.
Leave us
We
out of
don't
it.
know any of this. We
leave,
should not know any of this.
leave me out of it, okay? Please. Because at the end of the day, you don't know what people saying and what's between two human beings. We won't ever know the real of the real. And I just think that sometimes women just in general, when they do any type of crashing out, it be over the fact that it ain't like if this girl, the girl he was messing with was a bum or she wasn't nobody, Remy Ma probably wouldn't even care.
That's also true. That's a part. I feel like that is a part of human nature that her pride might be a little hurt. You know what I'm saying? She like, your bum ass up here in my house and you fucking with this boxer bitch. The fuck? But that's unwell emotional behavior.
Yeah,
she
but
ain't no bum though. She got her own.
No.
little
I'm
bread,
saying Papoose.
and
I'm
she
saying-
could fight.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying
yeah.
she's probably saying, yo bum ass Papoose on my couch while you fucking with this boxer bitch. What the fuck you doing on my couch?
You see what I'm saying?
And then what Remy doing in between that is telling, Clarissa, the boxer, oh, you ain't the only one. He blah, 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 blah.
Okay, girl. So you still emotionally invested. Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
but,
because
but that's my point. How you not gonna be emotionally invested with somebody you was married to, had a child to, and y'all still live in the same house?
girl, I'm trying to tell you, like, okay, so earlier I gave that example of the age difference. This girl is 29 years old. Now, you as the 29-year-old, I see why you could be crashing out on the internet, but Remy, girl, divorce
but we
him
know
and
Remy
move
a
on.
crash out. She went to jail for shooting somebody. That's crashing out right there.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Well, I guess maybe we thought
We
she
know Remy a Bronx chick. She gonna do what she want to do. Yeah.
I think we be expecting people to evolve after making mistakes, but that is not true of most people. So you're right, Doug. You're right.
Yeah. And then also let's promote, Black culture in the meantime. Remy picked the wrong one to beef with because Clarissa got a movie coming out on Christmas.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Fire Inside is her life
Yeah.
story. And I thought it was going to be a damn Tubi movie. This is
Yeah.
an MGM movie in theaters.
No,
Free
it looks
promo.
good. Yeah.
Boy.
But and too, I feel like also what the rest of the internet did, which is, man, he got a tight boy. They look just alike.
Nah,
Like,
it ain't that they look just alike. It's that they tell us one fight and one shoot.
that's what I'm saying. He got a type.
Yeah, he
like that violent
he like,
shit.
yeah, one could whoop his ass and one to shoot him dead. Yeah.
That's another thing too. That's what I'm saying is you in the house talking on the phone with another woman. You know I'll shoot a nigga. But see,
Right,
this
you
is
know both. You know we're both. Well, the fighter probably
that's-
is less
yeah.
though, because you can't be fighting people and you a professional fighter. But you know that I will kill you.
That's why he knocked out Buddy. He was like, nigga, you think I'm scared of you? Nigga, this bitch done put a gun in my head probably 12. What? I'm gonna knock you out in this room, boy. Bam, bam. They say he hit him with a 2-piece. Easy went down. Easy.
Damn.
maybe
Yeah,
Papoose ain't got no money.
He can't.
I won't say Papoose ain't got no money. I know he wrote for Diddy for a long time.
I'm just saying, like when I'm thinking about it, maybe
I just wouldn't still be
Remy did say she the one with the big bag, but I won't say Papoose ain't got no money like that. I won't say that.
I mean, I'm just saying. Cause he when she went to prison, he the one held her down. And that kind of
Right.
loyalty, I'm just saying.
Yeah, they up in arms on the internet. They love that loyalty shit. They're like, nah, Papoose right. Papoose is right. That's what I've been seeing in the
loyalty
comments.
People have such a warped view of loyalty. They think loyalty means you just supposed to stay with somebody no matter what happens forever until they kill you. It's like that's not it. That's not it.
No, I don't think it's that. I think they talking about how he's been loyal to her while she was locked up. And we don't know what that nigga was doing out here. I'm sure he was fucking other shit. Who cares?
But my point is, what does that have to do with anything?
Like I said, leave it all in
It don't,
20.
but it's the internet.
Oh,
leave it all in 2024. With that, let's take our shots. Last shots of the year.
I got my wine
with us all year long. We appreciate it. Make sure y'all go back and check out the previous episodes if this is the first time that you are tuning in. But yeah, it's been a great year.
We love y'all.
We love y'all.
Been a great fucked up year. Yeah.
Yeah. Next year gonna be fucked up too, but do what you gotta do so that your personal life ain't fucked up.
Take care of you. Love yourself. Find joy. Find peace. Find healing. All those things. That's what I'm taking a shot to. With some water.
Shots up. I got some wine.
I'm gonna take a shot to this podcast. I love y'all. This is
Love
our
you too,
therapy. I think we talked about it last episode. Shout out to this podcast. We're gonna see what 2025 bring. Shouts out to the research team. Shout for you too, cuz.
Good luck on your move and all the stuff you're doing as to why you can't be here. And shout out to us. I'm taking a shot to us because we started this 2022.
Yep.
And we had so many. I ain't gonna say ups and downs, but a little small ups and downs. And we was like, man, y'all, we got to get consistent. We got to do this. We got to do that. And we was consistent this year, y'all. We consistently put out something every month, despite all of our lives and crazy shit going on, and like we did that. We was like, if we don't get consistent, it's over. And I'm like, y'all, let's just be patient. Take a while to find our footing. And I really truly feel like we found our footing. And I love that for us. And it is therapy for me.
Yeah, we getting there for sure.
We getting there. Even like we always say, even if we don't have amass a following or whatever, I'm just proud of us. And thank you. I love y'all. I've had my issues with family this year. And every time I be like, man, fuck family, I think about y'all. I'm like, all right, it ain't fuck everybody. It's some of us. We've created our own little family group. And it's really been helpful for me. So I love y'all. Thank y'all. I hope we continue on. And I'm excited to see where we go.
Hell yeah. It's been a cool year for me. I'm a nigga, so I just been chilling all year, and I'm gonna chill next year. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do this pod. We're gonna bring it to y'all. Hopefully y'all fucking with us, and y'all think like we think.
And if not, fuck y'all. I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh.
She always y'all remember last year she was talking crazy at the end of the year.
This is end of year, Sarah. Okay, I'm fed up. All right, I'm just kidding. We love y'all. Please listen. Please listen to us.
And with that, again, thank you guys. Again, we'll see y'all in 2025. Make sure you check out all of our social media platforms, Twitter or X, Instagram. Get on our YouTube. Send us emails. We love y'all. We love y'all. We love y'all. See you in 2025. Peace.
Good.
We love y'all. We on Blue Sky too. Check us out on Blue Sky.
Oh yeah, we are on Blue Sky.
Like, share, subscribe. Any social media you find us on, like, share, subscribe. Love y'all. Deuce.
Bye.